Welcome back to round 9 of my F1 2014-2015 career mode of Sauber. Last time out in Austria, it was a very uneventful race, but a successful one. And today we're going to be racing at Silverstone, where in the Caterham career, it went pretty well, I think. So being the first race I recorded after the Caterham career mode, I was going into this, and I was expecting a podium. After what I did in the Caterham, I thought I could dominate this. Did I live up to my inflated expectation? Let's find out. As always, we're going to start with practice. Honestly, it wasn't that eventful. We currently sit P9, we're drifting for the final corner, and we end the session in P8. Or at least, we end my stint of the session in P8. Apparently I was quite happy with that, despite it being pretty standard. I decided to do some donuts for the crowd. Honestly, I think they're more here for Hamilton and not me. Jumping to qualifying, the skies look grey and miserable. If I remember correctly, there was no rain this session, thankfully. Despite it looking like it, that's just how Britain looks. But coming for the final corner for qualifying, we go P2. I'm going to win this race. Clearly I was quite shocked by P2 because I just completely let go of the wheel and go straight into the wall. And because of that phenomenal lap, we are just going to let the time run out for Q1. We're comfortably through to Q2, and genuinely, we should comfortably get into Q3 realistically. Here's the second run of my Q2 session. We currently sit P10. At the end of my second run, my final run, we go up to P9. We didn't really need it, we're P10 anyway. But we're through to Q3. So here's the important one. What can I do in Q3? We currently sit P7. This is my last run of the session. Running wide and definitely track ascending, but we're just going to keep driving. Into club we go, down to P8. I cannot for the life of me remember if this was a good lap or not. Coming for the final corner, we're about to find out. Up to the line. Oh, that's a bit underwhelming. I mean, Gutierrez is happy, but yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't expecting more. That's
a perfect end to the day for Lewis Hamilton, who'll be on pole.
Just shut up, Crofty.
Hello and welcome to the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. The grandstands are packed, the cars have made their way to the grid, and we're minutes away from lights out. I've
genuinely just got to pause commentary for a sec to commend Crofty for getting through an entire sentence without mentioning Hamilton. I think that might be the first time in this career mode. Fair play to him. And of all places to do it, he's done it at Silverstone.
It was a blistering lap time from Lewis Hamilton in qualifying yesterday. If he gets a clean start away from the grid today, he might be untouchable.
I should have expected that, really, shouldn't I? I should have expected that.
Romain Grosjean was reporting issues with his gearbox.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Adrian. So here we are, P8 on the grid for our home Grand Prix. I feel pretty good about this one. Another two-stop, honestly, I can't remember what the strategy was for this race. I'm probably going to stick to the two-stop just because I have the pace on this occasion. If we can do the one-stop, great, but we'll see what happens. We've got the classic weird glitch of my camera being wrong as we go onto the grid. But 5 lights, lights out, and away we go. Here comes the shocking start, as you'd expect. But coming through to turn number 1, we're just going to go around the outside of everyone that's overtaken us. We're side by side with Massa. Scared of getting side pod glitched, but we managed to hold him off. Back up in the P8 we go. Right behind Sebastian Vettel, a car that in a Caterham we could defend against. So in a Sauber, you know, I'm actually genuinely starting to think that the Caterham is actually faster in a straight line than the Sauber, thanks to the Ferrari engine. Just a few hints there of what's coming in this race. But down the straights at this track, I can't lie, just slightly I was missing the Caterham. Because my god did I not realise just how bad this Ferrari engine was until this race. Coming through Mags and Beckett's, this was one of very few places I was actually quicker than the AI in both the Caterham and the Sauber, and you can see as we come on to the hangar straight, despite me running wide, I briefly closed up to the pack. We're now going to be under pressure from Massa, we're going to force them to the outside. It's a Williams against a Ferrari engine. It's a pretty easy pass for him. We're going to go over the inside of Stowe, and because of the AI, obviously we're going to easily defend it. However, with DRS coming up in a few laps, I'm absolutely terrified of that, Williams. I've really got to hope I can stay with this pack and get DRS. In the third sector I could stay with them. Everywhere else, I had no chance. And as it would turn out, Massa wouldn't even need DRS because down the Wellington straight, there's just no contest. I'm on the outside of Brooklyn's. It's just not going to happen. We don't have the downforce in this car. We're going to cut the corner in an attempt to hold on to this position. We then find ourselves on the outside of Luffield, and then we've got a straight coming up. I think it's fair to say we've lost P8 to Massa. A couple laps later and Massa had absolutely gone. I couldn't even see him up ahead. But on the plus side, I was in no man's land, but no man's land in the points. It was very similar to Austria, except I knew very much that the Mercedes engines behind me, they had a strong chance of catching me, and all I had to do was not make any mistakes, and I could be on for another points finish.
We've been awarded a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
Would you guys accept me blaming the lack of downforce in this car and the very obvious understeer in this Sauber as to why I ran wide at the final corner and got that penalty? No?
From me, it was a sackable offence. I find it was just appalling.
Given my pace, I genuinely think this penalty wouldn't be that bad, because I do feel like I could serve it in the pit and I could make up the time. The only issue is that feature, to the shock of no one, is not in the game. I can't serve penalties in the pit stop. So at the end of lap number 5, we're going to come in for our first stop, get an annoyingly fast pit stop of 2.4, 5 seconds faster than I wanted. And for the rest of this race, we're going to have a looming 5-second penalty over our head to contend with. We come out on P21, we've gone for the undercut, now we've got to make it work. I had a glimmer of hope heading towards Cops as yellow flags appeared. I thought, surely there's some utter chaos ahead and I'm gonna... Nope, it's just Chilton with a puncher. He's being lapped, it's not even a position for me to gain. Thanks for giving me hope, game, fuck you. Despite being trolled by the game, thankfully I did make up positions thanks to pit stops. It wasn't very interesting, I was just slowly moving up the grid because everyone was pitting. There was not really any overtakes, no carnage. We managed to catch him to the back of Sutil before his pit stop, so that's embarrassing. Hopefully he doesn't get in my way, but come on, when have any of the AI helped me on this game? Knowing I really can't get stuck behind this train, it's awful. It's Sutil, it's Bianchi and Maldonado somehow still in this race. I get I'm technically racing for position here, but please Sutil, you're my teammate. He's going to make me go on the outside like a brilliant teammate. Jeff is happy with that move, even though he could have just said Sutil, get out of the way. Then we've got Bianchi going side by side with Maldonado, holding each other up and holding me up. This was absolutely not in the plan. We're going to have to go for a risky move side by side with Maldonado, through Maggers and Beckett, and then side by side with Bianchi. Somehow I've survived. God knows how. But the important thing is... Sorry, what? Thankfully the caterer pulls into the pit, so I don't have to deal with it or even look at it. As does Jean Verne, as does quite a few other cars, and after pit stops, thanks to the undercut, somehow we're in P4, and I think that's net position. The only downside is some people are pitting concerningly late, so they might be on a one stop. I may have screwed myself here. If you wanted evidence that the Caterham was actually weirdly quicker than the Sauber at this track, look no further than the end of lap number 10 in this Grand Prix, because the car that we were quite comfortably able to keep behind us in the Caterham is now rather easily just kind of driving past me in a Sauber. He's quicker both down the straights and in the corners. Yes, he's got fresher tyres, but I genuinely felt slower in this car. There really wasn't a lot I could do. Next up was Vettel and the other Red Bull. I mean, he's going to have DRS in a couple metres time. He's basically pushing me through the corners. By this point my tyres definitely weren't the best, but still, I mean, even a Renault powered car, the Red Bull, shocking in 2014, just drives past me, and there's absolutely nothing I can do. Next up is Massa. Oh, that's going to be great fun when he catches me. I decide not to wait around and find out. Come into the pit in at number 14, we're going to put the hard tyres on, go into the end. We've got to hope people are on a 2-stop. If they're on a 1-stop, I'm going to be in trouble here. But after another annoyingly fast pit stop, we're going to come out in P11, behind, of course, in between the two Toro Rossos. So far there hadn't been a lot of racing, I'd kind of just been doing my own strategy and making up positions that way, so hopefully with the Toro Rossos, the same happens again. I really don't want to race them, especially because I'm on for a decent result here. Hopefully Van can just make his pit stop and get out of the way, and nope, he's causing a yellow flag, and where's that car going? What's that? No, please don't drive on track, please.
Yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful until you see the greens.
I'm telling you now, if that had happened, I would have lost my fucking mind. Well, before we go any further, I suppose we need to see what the hell happened here. Magnussen and Werner going side by side. Magnussen wants to come into the pit, and he can't do that because there's a car in the way, you blind idiot. He goes onto the grass, and for some reason, tries to make it into the pits, misses it anyway, very nearly destroys my car, my race, and my spirit. That's a great camera angle, thanks game. Oh great, that's exactly the angles I wanted, thanks. We can't even get a thumbnail for it. Fuck you, game. So after surviving that jump scare, I honestly don't know how. I think I was about a quarter of a metre away from a broken wing, and either way we survive and we're able to just drive our own race once again. We go into P6, thanks to pit stops. We're right behind Vettel. As we've seen, I don't think we'll be challenging him. He's definitely quicker. We're making an absolute meal out of turn 3 and 4. I've just remembered I've still got a 5-second penalty. Oh bugger. Next up to get the best of me was Felipe Massa. As we've seen, there's not a lot I can do, and with a 5-second penalty, I kind of lost the motivation to fight. I kind of just wanted to drive my own race and just be as fast as possible to make the most, or lose as little time as I could thanks to the penalty. Massa on fresh tyres obviously wasn't on my level. However, Raikkonen, with a Ferrari engine, he might be. Well, I did say might be. We've now learned he's not. He's driving away at a depressingly quick pace. So after the highs of being in P4, we're very slowly just crawling down the grid now. Everyone on fresher tyres is making the most of them. Chilton actually gets out my way, thanks Chilton. You couldn't hold up Raikkonen a little more. That would have been really helpful and, you know, really great for the Brits.
Raikkonen's next. Try and overtake him.
Shut up, Jeff. Alonso was very close to me at this point, so it was looking like P9 was the best I was getting. I have no idea who is P10. I was just kind of hoping I could at least get P9. P10, I'd be disappointed with P10. I'd be disappointed with... We're back on a P7. Okay, they're not on one-stops. Okay, so with 2 laps to go, we found ourselves back on a P7. We've still got Alonso behind us, so it's now P8, which is... It's better. Who knows, maybe more people can pit on the penultimate lap. I've seen them do stupider things before. Alonso, I'm really hoping you don't take me out. I'm happy to just let you by. There's absolutely no point in fighting me. I will just let you drive past me. You're going to get DRS down the hanger straight. You don't need it. Fair enough. You're going to give me DRS down the hanger straight. Well, this is going to be humiliating because I doubt it's going to do anything with my car. But I suppose I'll take the extra straight line speed. It may help with this 5-second penalty. It's barely doing anything. So as we come on to the final lap, it looks like we might be able to get DRS on Alonso for one more straight. Not that it does much anyway. We've got Massa behind. We've gone up to P6 now, thanks to, I think, both Red Bulls pitting. Again, I don't really know why they've done that. I thought it was going to be a very anticlimactic end to this race after the pit stops. Until Jeff told me that, and coming through Max and Beckett's, we've got yellow flags ahead, and Raikkonen is off at the side of the road.
Good job, nice overtake.
Apparently Jeff thinks that's a good overtake. I don't think he understands what an overtake means. With 1 sector to go, we go up into P5. We've got Ericsson moving slowly. I'm sure he had nothing to do with the Raikkonen incident. We'll look at that at the end of the race. But thanks to Raikkonen being in the dirt, this 5-second penalty might not actually mean much. As we come around the final corner, we're currently P5 across the line. and somehow we've held on to it. So, what the hell happened to Raikkonen? Covering Max and Beckett, he gets caught up behind, I think that was either Button or Magnussen, as well as Ericsson. I think it was just the crappy queuing system that the AI find themselves in under blue flags. It was Button. And Raikkonen just drives straight into him. I mean, that just sums up F1 2015. A car with a punch on the racing line, blue flags, stopping someone from overtaking them, the car trying to lap them, just driving into them. You know, it's these moments where you just got to thank the developers of this game for being so incompetent, because it cancels out how incompetent I am. So I've just got my best finish of the season, P5, and my home race. Technically, obviously it's not Gutierrez's home race, but nevertheless, P5 in a Sauber, phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. Let's see how Gutierrez reacts. The fuck does he want? What does he want? Does he not understand how bad this car is?
What a car Mercedes have this year, as shown again today with a brilliant race victory.
It's genuinely getting a bit frustrating hearing Crofty just... like, given how little is in this game, I genuinely would believe that they just didn't record any other lines. Well, because Crofty is incompetent, I guess I'll do it. Hamilton wins the race, of course. Rosberg second, Bottas third, Alonso fourth. We get P5 despite a 5-second penalty. A lot of other people got penalties as well. Hamilton got a 5-second penalty, which conveniently Crofty didn't think to mention. I assumed he'd be jumping out of his seat to talk about how Hamilton won with a 5-second penalty. For the first time this season, I've scored back-to-back points, so I cannot wait to look at these standings. Hamilton obviously still leads the way, 151 points. Nico Rosberg in second, 137. Sebastian Vettel third, Bottas, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Massa, Alonso making up the top 8. And with 10 points added to our tally, we skyrocket to P13. That sounded better in my head. We haven't looked at it in a while, so a quick look at the constructors. Shock. But that P5 finish means I, not Sutil, I move Sauber up into P8, ahead somehow of the Toro Rossos. But annoyingly, thanks to that Monaco race that, obviously we don't talk about Monaco on this channel, but thanks to that race, Marussia is still ahead of Sauber, which is disappointing, but 1 point behind now. Hopefully, given my form, one more race, we'll be in P7. And I'm definitely not just showing the constructors now because it's hilarious that despite scoring points, Caterham is still last. That's incredible. So for the second time in a row, I'm going to end this video on a positive note. We got P5, and it was kind of, sort of, on pace. Other than the final lap crash, I fully deserved it. I didn't even try any dodgy strategies. Next up we'll be going to Germany. I'm not looking forward to that one. It could be another rough ride. The Caterham career didn't go well. We're nearing the summer break, so if anyone has any serious suggestions about who I drive for next season that isn't the fucking Manor, let me know in the comments. Is there a goal I should reach for a certain team? Should I stay with Sauber because they get better in 2015? After this P5 with a Sauber, do I get the call up to Ferrari? I mean, given what Raikkonen did, it's a possibility.